Welcome, I'm Dr. Nix. I'm teaching your English 102 Inquiry into Folk Knowledge and Wisdom this semester. And as you know, we're a fully online course. And for that reason, I wanted to give you a chance to sort of explore the course before we meet as a group on Wednesday. And that way, if you have any sorts of confusion, we can address that in class, and I can then in that one-on-one sort of session show you where things are. So the first thing we need to do, of course, is to simply log in to Blackboard. And then we'll go into our class. And once you're there, you'll see our banner. And your screen is going to look slightly different from mine because you don't have the option to change things and create things. But all of the stuff is in the same place. So for instance, in contacts, you'll find my email address, my office phone and location, and my office hours, as well as my personal website. And on that site, what I've done is for those instances where Blackboard is inevitably down and you need to get something, then I have all of our readings, the assignment sheets, and so on up on that website, so you don't have to get behind simply because Blackboard's down and you can't access things. You'll still be able to access them on that website. The most important things for us this week are in this syllabus and first week folder. Obviously our syllabus and schedule, and then here you'll see a link for our first Blackboard Collaborate session, and that's the session where we meet together as a group in a live session during our scheduled class time. And when Wednesday rolls around, you'll just simply click and you'll look for the correct date, and down here it will have everything listed, and you'll just pick the one for our first class period, which is January 9th. And so it'll be right here. And once that day has rolled around, that link for the first class should be live. And so it shouldn't be a problem. Going back into that folder for syllabus and first week, I've also got a link for our first week's activities. You're going to introduce yourselves. We'll do a little bit of that in our session, but since it's only 50 minutes and there are 23 or so of you, it won't give us a lot of time. So in this instance, we're going to have a little discussion board. And so we'll do these periodically. You'll just read the question, the instructions, how long I expect it to be, and then how many people you need to respond to, and so on. Later on, after our class on Wednesday, I will assign you a partner and you'll interview each other. And so you'll get to know somebody in the class a little bit better, and you'll both kind of get to see where you stand in your knowledge of folk wisdom. And then, again, after we meet on Wednesday, you'll have a syllabus quiz. And you'll simply run through that. If you want to have the syllabus in front of you, that's fine, but it'll need to be open in another window. There's no backtracking, no stopping and starting in the quiz. Back to that same folder, you'll also find the rubrics for participation and blogging. Now in this course, as we'll talk about on Wednesday, blogs are a homework grade, and so you'll have blogs and quizzes and actual written work. But because the blogs may be kind of new for some of you, I wanted to give you some guidelines, and so you'll find that document right there. And then discussion board rubric. Actually, it's discussion board and your Collaborate participation. That's your participation for the course. And so I've given you rubrics so that you can see what the expectations are. And as we'll talk about in our live session, I will periodically ask you, what do you think your participation grade is so far? And that way you get to have a say in what your grade is. And we can see if we're both on the same page. Usually we are. You can play around and explore these other buttons. Twitter. My Twitter feed is here. And so you can see what I'm tweeting about. We will have a class hashtag, which I will give to you in probably the second or third week of class. And so anything pertaining to you all will have that tag. And then I also have each of you set up your own Twitter account. And so then down here, once I have that completed and you all have sent me those names, I'll compose a document that has all of your names. You can follow each other if you want. You can tweet to one another if you'd like. In the past, it's been a really good tool for us to keep in touch. And we'll have some graded work with Twitter this semester as well. The hands-on unit is our first unit, and you can kind of go in there and play around. I do have your first major assignment sheet up, and so you can take a look at that if you'd like. And then we have our second unit, the archival unit, and the final unit, which is the traditional academic research unit. And there's not much in either of those because I don't put a lot of those materials in until we get closer to them. So that's the course tour. Again, the most important thing right now for us is this syllabus, which you'll want to look over before Wednesday when we meet, and then this first class session link where you will click it and go into our session for Wednesday. I look forward to meeting each of you. If you have any questions between now and Wednesday, please don't hesitate to email me. Again, that contact information is in the Contacts button. Thank you, and I will see you guys on Wednesday.